Victor Wembanyama was selected with the first pick in the 2023 NBA draft, and many consider him to have GOAT potential. Today we're going to make sure he becomes the best NBA player of all time. At the end of every season, we're going to pick from this board of upgrades. This board has upgrades to badges, attributes, and even tendencies. And for every playoff series Victor Wembanyama wins, he gets an extra pick from this board. The goal of this video is to have Victor Wembanyama retire with a better resume than Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Wemby's rookie season started off rough, as he shot 6 for 17 from the field and 1 for 6 from 3 in his debut. On top of that, the Spurs started their season with an 0-10 record and finally got their first win 3 weeks into the season. Despite the slow start to the season, Victor Wembanyama took the league by storm in his rookie season, averaging 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks as he won Rookie of the Year and made the All-NBA second team and All-Defensive second team. Unfortunately though, the Spurs were 1 game back from the play-in as they finished the season as the 11th seed with a record of 35 and 47. And now for his pick on the upgrade board, we're gonna go with number 1 since that's the number he's wearing, and we're gonna get +5 to his 3-pointer. So now his 3-pointer is gonna go from a 79 to an 84. Between his rookie season and the start of his second season, Victor Wembanyama went from an 83 all the way to an 88. I really thought Ronald McDonald just won Rookie of the Year. No way Lonzo and LaMelo are on the same team. In season number 2, Victor Wembanyama gets All-NBA second team for the second season in a row, and instead of being All-Defensive second team again, this year he's All-Defensive first team. The team definitely improved as the Spurs finished over 500 with a record of 42 and 40, but unfortunately they were 1 game back from being in the playoffs, so they're gonna have to compete in the play-in. And in the first round, the Spurs have to go up against the Trailblazers. Earlier in the season, the Spurs had Klay Thompson and Devin Vassell, but they traded Klay to the Mavericks and they traded Devin Vassell to the Wizards for Jordan Poole. And for some reason, Dame is a 91 overall, but he's coming off their bench. On paper, it looks like they have a better team than us, but let's see who's gonna win this play-in game. And yeah, I was right, they absolutely killed us in the 4th quarter. Luckily, we do get a second chance though, and we're going up against the Suns led by Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. How are they a play-in team? Oh my gosh, they scored 45 in the 1st quarter. We're starting to come back a little bit. Looks like it's wraps. Yeah, this is over. KD Booker and Michael Porter Jr. absolutely killed us. At the start of season 3, Victor Wembanyama's up from an 88 to a 91. And on the board of upgrades, we're gonna go with number 91, which is +5 to his post fade. That's gonna go from an 86 to a 91, and it's not gonna move his overall. The 2023 draft class is insane. Brandon Miller won MVP. All-Star Thompson won 6th Man of the Year. Amen Thompson won Most Improved Player of the Year. And then Victor Wembanyama won Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 26 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And on top of his Defensive Player of the Year award, Victor Wembanyama made All-NBA first team and obviously All-Defensive first team. And luckily for Victor, the Spurs had 5 more wins than last year, finishing with a record of 47 and 35 and clinching the 6th seed. In the first round, he would be going up against the 3-seed Mavericks, who have Luka, Kyrie, but not really anybody else on that team. In the first game of the series, the Spurs ended up blowing the Mavericks out as they won the game by about 40 points. And Victor Wembanyama had 46 points and 11 rebounds while shooting 17 for 19 and 6 for 6 from 3. And game number 2 went the opposite way as the Mavericks ended up winning every quarter and they won the game by about 30 points. Victor had 38 and 14 with 4 steals, but it wasn't enough because Luka had a triple-double with 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 15 assists. Game 3 was back and forth up until the 4th quarter when the Spurs decided to go on a run and win the game by 8 points. And their defense really carried them this game as Luka and Kyrie only had 17 points each. In game number 4, the Spurs won the 3rd and 4th quarter, but it wasn't enough as the Mavs did so much damage in the first half as they ended up winning the game by 14 and tying the series at 2. Victor Wembanyama had 34 points and 12 rebounds, but he struggled from 3 as Luka Doncic had 34 points and 12 assists, and he hit 7 3-pointers. Game number 5 was crucial as whoever lost this game needed to win 2 games in a row to make it out of the first round. And the Spurs knew that as they won the 1st quarter by 6 points. But they ended up losing the 2nd quarter by 13, the 3rd quarter by 12, and the 4th quarter by 5. Victor Wembanyama had an okay game. He had 23 points and 11 rebounds and shot 8 for 20. But Jordan Poole had a stinker. He had 9 points and shot 2 for 15 from the field. And of course, Luka had 37 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. And Kyrie Irving had 27 points and 10 assists. In game number 6, however, the Spurs fought back as they won every quarter and won the game by 35 points because Luka only had 11 points and Victor had 46 points, 17 rebounds, and 7 assists. Going into game number 7, the Spurs had all the momentum on their side, but they did not have home court advantage. And this game was really tight as at the end of the first half, the game was tied at 51. And the Spurs had a great 3rd quarter as they were going into the 4th quarter up by 7. And fortunately for them, they were able to hold this lead, hit the free throws they needed to at the end of the game, and upset the Mavericks to advance to the 2nd round. And in game number 7, Victor filled up the stat sheet as he had 17 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. But Jordan Poole was able to have a bounce back game with 25 points and 5 assists. So after winning his first playoff series, Victor Wembanyama gets another upgrade from the board, and we're gonna go with number 3 because they took down the 3 seed, and he's gonna get +3 shooting badge upgrades. We're gonna give him 1 upgrade to catch and shoot to make that bronze, and then for the other 2 upgrades, we're gonna make volume shooter Hall of Fame because he takes a ton of shots. In round number 2, we have to play the Trailblazers, who we lost to last year in the play-in, and they took a big leap going from the 8th seed all the way up to the 2nd seed. In game number 1, they killed us, winning every quarter and winning the game by 40 points. Victor Wembanyama had a stinker as he had 15 rebounds, but he only had 7 points, and he shot 3 for 11 and 0 for 6 from 3. In game number 2, Victor Wembanyama had a bounce-back game with 43 points and 13 rebounds. However, nobody else on the team showed up, and Scoot Henderson had a near triple-double with 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists, as the Spurs ended up losing game 2 by 22 points. In game number 3, the Spurs actually put up a fight as they were down by 2 with 45 seconds to go, and they had another chance as Mitchell Robinson stepped out of bounds on the pick and roll. With about 25 seconds to go, they were going to give it to Victor Wembanyama, who's going to pull a 3 and brick it. And fortunately for the Spurs, Shaedon Sharpe missed his second free throw, so they have a chance to tie the game with 15 seconds to go. Victor Wembanyama is going to run back out to the 3, give the ball to Jordan Poole, who's going to pass it to Derek White for an open 3, and he's going to drill it as the Spurs tie the game with 5 seconds to go. And they're going to give the ball to Damian Lillard, who's hit plenty of clutch shots. He's going to take a 3 over Jordan Poole and miss it, and the game is going to go into overtime. And in overtime, the Spurs were up by 1 with about a minute to go, and the Blazers need to get a shot off. Shaedon Sharpe's going to pull an open mid-range, miss it, and Mitchell Robinson does not get the rebound. And right here, the Spurs have a chance to extend their lead. Jordan Poole's gonna pull a contested fadeaway 3. I don't know what he's doing. Scoot Henderson's gonna drive, take a midi, and he's gonna hit the tough shot to put the Blazers up by 1 with 22 seconds to go. Finally, the Spurs put Wembanyama back in the game. I don't know why he hasn't been in the game this whole time. He's gonna take a crazy fadeaway. I don't know what he's doing. Scoot Henderson's gonna hit both of his free throws. The Spurs have 10 seconds to tie it. Derek White's gonna pass to Wembanyama, who's doing nothing. He's gonna give it back to Derek White for the 3, and he's gonna miss. He hit a clutch shot to send the game to overtime, but he can't hit a second, unfortunately, and the Blazers are gonna take a 3-0 lead in the series. And in game number 4, the Spurs won every single quarter except the 4th quarter. They lost by 1, and they ended up winning the game by 18 as Victor Wembanyama had a final stat line of 33 points and 19 rebounds. And it looks like the Spurs don't want to go home because in game 5, Victor Wembanyama had 27 points and 13 rebounds, and the Spurs won the game by 18 points. And unfortunately for the Spurs, this run was not going to last long as they ended up losing in game 6 by about 20 points. On to season number 4, we're going to pick from the board of upgrades, and let's just go with number 44, and we're going to get another +5 to Victor's 3-pointer. And that's going to move his 3-pointer from an 89 to a 94. And from last season to this season, he's up from a 91 to a 93 overall. And in Victor Wembanyama's 4th season, he made his 3rd All-Star appearance. I don't know why it says 4th, 2K's glitch like that, but this is his 3rd All-Star appearance and his first time starting in the All-Star game. And in season number 4, Victor Wembanyama wins his first MVP, averaging 29 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And he goes back-to-back on the Defensive Player of the Year award. And the Spurs are just getting better every single season. Last year, they were the 6th seed with 47 wins, and this year, they're the 4th seed with 48 wins. In the first round, the Spurs have a rematch of last year's first round. They're going up against the Dallas Mavericks again. No way, they have Luka Doncic, but instead of Kyrie Irving, now they have Kevin Durant on the team. Game number 1 was a close one as the Mavericks won by 6, as Victor Wembanyama had 20 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. And Kevin Durant decided to go off with 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists, shooting 72% from the field. In game number 2, Kevin Durant cooled down as he only had 19 points and shot 39% from the field, and Luka ended up carrying the team with a near triple-double of 40 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists. But it wasn't enough for the Spurs because Victor Wembanyama had 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists as the Spurs went on to win game 2 by 19 points. In game 3, the Spurs ended up losing the 4th quarter by 17 points, but it doesn't matter because going into the 4th quarter, they were up by 46 points. And Victor Wembanyama had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Game number 4 was crazy. It was a back and forth game all game, and it was tied with 2.5 minutes to go, so we're gonna hop in and see who wins. KD's gonna get a wide open 3 to start us off, and he's gonna hit it. And he's gonna run a pick and roll with Victor. Let's see what they're gonna do. Victor's gonna drive, he's gonna pull the mid-range, and he's gonna hit it to make it a 1-point game with 2 minutes to go. Let's see what Luka's gonna do. He's driving, that looks like an easy lane. Yeah, he's gonna get the easiest layup of all time. He's trying to spin, get his way into the paint on KD. He's gonna take an easy layup, and there we go. Wow, Victor has 40, KD has 36, and Luka has 28. They have 5 seconds. They're gonna give it to KD. Victor's gonna clamp up, I think. Yeah, they're gonna end up taking a limitless range shot. I don't know what that game plan was. Victor has 5 seconds left. He's gonna take a layup. Oh my, he just got past KD so easily. And the Spurs end up taking the lead with 50 seconds to go. Luka's gonna wait for the screen. He's not gonna pull the three. He's gonna drive, take a layup, and it's back to the Mavericks lead. Like I said, this game has literally been back and forth all game. They're gonna give it back to Victor, which is a great idea because he has KD on him. KD's actually clamping though. No way Victor can't score on KD. He's gonna set the screen for Jordan Poole, who's gonna drive, give it to Victor, and Victor's gonna get a turnover, and the Mavericks might tie this series up at 2. No way this, okay, what? Michael Porter Jr. just had Mikal Bridges on him, and he's out here pump faking like crazy just to turn the ball over. Yeah, that's gonna be the game. And in game number 5, we've got another close one. The Mavericks had a crazy first half, but the Spurs started to fight back, so we're gonna hop in with 3 minutes to go, another tie game. Derek Lively's gonna get the easiest shot of all time to brick it. Are they gonna run a play here? They're gonna give it to Jordan Poole in the paint on Luka. Nice. What's he gonna do? Take a lay. Oh my, that might actually be in, and that's in. What the heck? Let's see if he can respond though. He's gonna pass it to Johansson for 3, and he's gonna hit it to give the Mavericks a 1-point lead. Jordan Poole's gonna use the screen from Wemby, drive past Kevin Durant, give it to Wemby. What is he doing? Why did he pass out of that? He has Luka Doncic on him. What is he doing? He's afraid. He's afraid of the moment, but Jordan Poole is gonna bang the 3 over Kevin Durant, so I guess that was the right play. Oh my gosh, Luka just found Mikal Bridges open. He's gonna take forever to pull, but it doesn't matter. He's still gonna get an open shot and bang it. Kevin Durant is clamping. They're gonna get the ball. Oh, they're gonna pass it out for the 3. Oh my, Michael Porter Jr. just hit a crazy contested shot in Mikal Bridges' face. I don't know how he got that off. I don't know how that play worked, but the Spurs are up by 2 with a minute to go now. Mavericks gotta pull something crazy off. Luka's gonna pull an open 3 and hit it for the Mavericks to retake the lead with 56 seconds. The past 2 games between these teams have been crazy. They're gonna give it back to Wemby. Let's see if he's gonna retreat again. Yep. Oh, okay. Never mind. That was a nice fake. Luka's gonna post up on Jordan Poole. Kevin Durant is gonna be left wide open and drill the shot. I don't know why Wemby ran away for the double team. Okay, they're giving it to Wemby for the last shot. He's gonna take a terrible shot, and he's not gonna get the rebound. This man just sold 2 games in a row. Unless Michael Porter Jr. can hit another crazy 3. Okay. What the heck, bro? I don't get it. They gotta push the ball up the court. They got 5 seconds. Jordan Poole is gonna pass to Wemby for 3 to tie the game. Oh my, Wemby just sent the game to overtime. He sold the game, and now he just sent it to overtime. And in overtime, we're hopping back in with a minute and a half to go. The Mavericks are up by 2. Oh my gosh, Luka did not take the layup. He's still gonna hit the jumper, but he could have drove a little bit more and got the easy lay. And Jordan Poole's gonna get an easy layup right past Vucevic to make it a 2-point game. Luka's gonna hit the step back. Oh my gosh, no way he just hit a step back 3. Oh my gosh, bro. And now the Mavs are up by 5. Okay, what is going on? Whoa. That was a crazy pass. He's gonna have to put the layup up, and he's gonna make it, so it's back to a 3-point game. Let's see what Victor's gonna do. He's wasting a lot of time. He's gonna take a crazy layup, get his own rebound, put it back up, and now it's back to a 3-point game. Johansson hit both of his free throws again. They're gonna pass to Victor, I think that's Keldon Johnson, who drills the 3. Is that Keldon? Yeah, that's Keldon Johnson. I don't know why he's wearing number 15. Yeah, they're wasting too much time. They're gonna give it to Keldon for a limitless shot. Okay, what is going on? So yeah, unless they get a full court shot off in 0.3 seconds. Yeah, he didn't even get that off. Watch that go. Okay, I was about to say, that wouldn't have counted, but that actually almost went in. And the Mavericks are going to come back and win Game 5. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of the playoffs for the Spurs because they just did not come out to play in Game 6. That's crazy, though. The Spurs were up 2-1 and then lost 3 games in a row. Wow, this team got worse. They lost Jordan Poole in free agency. For Wemby's upgrade for this season, we're going to go with number 10. And he's going to get another +5 to his 3-pointer. And that's going to max out his 3-pointer at a 99 and move him up from a 94 to a 95 overall. It's crazy how we picked from 5 boxes, and 3 of them have been +5 to his 3-pointer. Like, there are literally 4 or 5 of those on this board. In season number 5, Victor's going to win the MVP for the 2nd year in a row, averaging 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks. But he's not going to three-peat on the Defensive Player of the Year award. He's still going to make the All-Defensive First Team, though. And once again, the Spurs have a better record than last year, as last year they finished with 48 wins, and this season they're going to be the 2nd seed with 59 wins, which is crazy because I said they have a worse team than last year. Okay, well, this is exactly why they were better than last year. They picked up Taylor Hendricks on a 1-year, $4 million deal, and I didn't put it in the video because we're focusing on Victor, but last year he won the Finals MVP. And in the first round, they're going to be going up against the Lakers, led by Jalen Hood-Schifino, and they have Siakam and Anthony Davis, so this is a decent team, but I feel like our team's better. And in Game 1, the Lakers were up at halftime, but the Spurs fought back to tie it up with a minute 42 to go, so we're going to hop in. Okay, they're going to pass it down to Taylor Hendricks, who looks like he's having a lot of trouble, not going to lie. He's going to take a step back, get an open mid-range, and drill it to give the Spurs the lead. 4 seconds to go. Siakam's just sitting there. Victor's on him. And Siakam is gonna make the shot over Victor. Wow. Okay, they're giving it to Victor again. Let's see, can he post up? Oh my gosh, what was that? It was like a little hezzy. Now he's just dribbling the ball. What are you doing? Okay, he's gonna take a crazy shot, get his own rebound. Okay, Victor's gonna set the screen. Is he gonna, oh my, this guy's just gonna pull up for three and drill it. Siakam's gonna use the screen from Zubac. And he's gonna pull the three. And he's gonna make it. That was such a slow jump shot. I thought that would at least be contested. Is there gonna be a play run, just a pick and roll? Okay, what is going on? They're gonna give it to Victor with 2 seconds left. He's gonna have to pull a contested mid-range, and he's gonna make it. Oh my gosh. I did not expect that shot to go in. Let's see if the Lakers can tie it or win the game right here with 3.7 seconds. They're gonna give it to Jalen Hood-Schifino, who's just gonna stand there, pull a contested three, and almost make it, but he is gonna miss it, and the Spurs are gonna win game 1. Game number 4 was also back and forth the whole game, but the Lakers made a run in the 4th quarter and ended up winning the game by 11 points. And in game number 3, the Spurs are going into the 4th quarter up by 35 points, and the Lakers had an amazing 4th quarter, but it was way too late. Game number 4 was just like game number 2. It was back and forth the whole game, but then the Lakers went crazy in the 4th quarter. And in game number 5, it was close at halftime, but finally the Spurs have a better 4th quarter than the Lakers, which helps them to win the game and go up in the series 3-2. And in game number 6, it looks like it's not gonna be close at all. The Spurs are going to win by about 25 points, as Victor and Taylor Hendricks both had 30-point double-doubles. And before we start the second round, we're going to go ahead and pick from the board of upgrades. We're going to go with number 60 and get +3 shooting badge upgrades. We're going to use 2 badge upgrades to get Agent 3 to silver, and we're going to use the last one to put Deadeye to gold. On to round number 2, the Spurs are going up against the Phoenix Suns, who have a lot of young players. It seems like they have a pretty well-rounded lineup, but we definitely have the star power on them. In game number 1, it was pretty close, but they started to run away with it in the 4th quarter as they won the game by 7 points. Game number 2 was a very low-scoring one, as the Spurs had a 4-point lead going into the 4th quarter, and with 39 seconds to go, they were only up by 1, so we're going to go ahead and hop into the game and hope that they win. Oh my gosh, they just got a turnover off the inbound. They really just gave the Suns another chance. Julian Strawther for 3, he's gonna miss. Toscano hit both of his free throws, and the Suns have a chance to hit a 3, and Colin Sexton is gonna take a terrible shot but get fouled. And both teams made both of their free throws, so the Suns are gonna have another chance to hit a 3, and they're gonna take another 2. They're really just banking on a free throw. And Nevsky misses his first free throw and makes the second one. So now if the Suns hit another 2, they can end up tying the game and not being down. Colin Sexton is struggling to get open right now. This is not good. What are they doing? He's not gonna pull the mid-range. The Spurs are gonna get the deflection, and that's gonna be the game. What a clutch play to tie the series up at 1 game apiece. Wow, in game number 3, the Spurs had a good first quarter, and then every other quarter they lost. And in game number 4, the Spurs had a terrible start. They lost the first quarter by 20 points, and they were not able to fight back from that. Geez, Sexton had 37 on them. In game number 5, the Spurs had a late 4th quarter run. It was tied with like 4 minutes to go, and then they went crazy. So they're gonna be forcing a game 6. And in game 6, they were able to win every single quarter to force a game 7. If the Suns blow a 3-1 lead, that would be crazy. And that's exactly what's gonna happen, because the Spurs are up by 20 with 4 minutes to go in the game. I'm not gonna lie, they started to scare me a little bit towards the end. They were up by 8 points with a minute. Okay, what is going on? No way they blow the lead. They were about to pull off the 3-1 comeback. They were up like 20 with 8 minutes left, and now it's a 3-point game with 30 seconds. Okay, Nevsky has 5 seconds. He's gonna take a terrible shot, and the Suns are gonna get a chance to tie the game up. I was really talking as if the Spurs pulled off the 3-1 comeback, and then they go ahead and do this. They gotta play the best defense of their life right here. They're gonna give it to Colin Sexton, who's gonna pull the 3. He misses, Spurs get the rebound, and that's going to be the game. They're going to pull off the 3-1 comeback. And before we go to the Eastern Conference Finals, we're going to get another pick from the board of upgrades. We're going to go with number 31, and we're going to get +3 playmaking badges. And honestly, we're just going to give Victor a quick first step goal. And now we got to go up against the 1 seed Thunder. They don't have Shea anymore, but they have Kason Wallace, Josh Giddey, and some guy named Marty McLeod, who's a 95 overall. So this team is definitely going to be tough to beat. I feel like they got a better team than us, at least a better starting lineup. And they've only lost 1 game in the playoffs so far. We've lost 5. And game number 1 was not a pretty one. The Spurs went from scoring 35 points in the 3rd quarter to scoring 8 points in the 4th quarter. And nobody on the team even had more than 20. In game number 2, we got a 3-point game with about 2 minutes left. Kason Wallace is going to drive, take a dumb shot on Wemby. Derek White's going to go ahead and use the screen from Michael Porter Jr. That's not going to lead to anything, but they're going to give the ball to Wemby, who's going to take a fade over Chet and hit that. That was a tough shot. Kason Wallace is going to go ahead and use the screen, start to drive, take another bad shot, and the Spurs are going to get another rebound. Okay, Victor, you got a mismatch right here. Do not take a fade. He's going to take a hook. Okay, that was kind of a questionable shot. He should have just backed him down, but the Spurs are going to end up taking the lead with 37 seconds left. Marty McLeod for 3. That's a contested shot. Victor's going to go ahead and get the board, and they're going to play the fouling game. I don't know why 2K hasn't fixed this. Free throw number 1 is up. And he missed. Oh my gosh, he missed it. Okay, free throw number 2. You better make this. He's going to miss both of the free throws. Oh my gosh. Kason Wallace is really trying to get into the paint right now. He's going to take a shot. they're gonna call a foul on that. That looked like it was all ball right there. Hopefully he misses at least one. His first free throw's up, it's good. And his second one is up, and it's also good. Nevsky is just standing there, he's waiting for the screen. And they're passing it down to Victor with no time left. I don't even think he got that off. He missed anyway, but like, that should have been an easy win for the Spurs at the end. Wow. And in game number 3, the Spurs started out hot, but couldn't finish it off. On the bright side though, they are going to take 1 game, so they're at least not going to get swept, but they are going to get gentlemen swept as they lose in 5 games. On to season number 6, Victor is still a 95 overall, so he actually didn't get any better that season, but we do get a pick from the upgrade board, and since he's a 95 overall, let's just go with number 95, and we're going to get +5 to his block. So that's going to move his block from a 97 to a 99. And this season, Victor's not going to win any awards. He was still All-NBA first team though, and All-Defensive second team. And the Spurs actually started off the season kind of slow. They were like 20-17 at one point, but they finished with 54 wins to clinch the 2nd seed just like last year. And in the first round, they were going up against the Nuggets, who had G.O.A.T and Taylor Hendricks, who we had last year. And I just realized we picked up Herb Jones too, so our team definitely looks better than theirs. Okay, maybe I should just stop talking, because I feel like every time I think we're better than a team, they beat us. And game number 2 goes the same way as the Nuggets win by 17. And in game number 3, the game is tied with 2 minutes to go, so we're gonna hop in. Ja's gonna use the screen from Taylor Hendricks, pull up for a very contested 3. Brandon Clark's gonna drive and get fouled. His first free throw was good, and his second one is going to be a miss. And even though the Spurs just called a timeout, they're not going to put Victor in because he actually fouled out, and they're going to leave Markelle wide open. He missed, thank goodness, but why are we leaving Markelle Fultz wide open in the corner? Ja Morant is clamping Nevsky up right now. He's going to get blocked, but Toscano's going to get the rebound and put it back up. And if the Nuggets don't score here, I think it's over. Ja's going to pull another 3. He's going to miss. I think that's the game. Yep, the Spurs ended up winning by 4 to take game 3. And in game number 4, the Spurs found themselves up by 2 with 2 minutes to go. And Victor is in the game. He's guarded by Kyle Kuzma. And he can't get past him. He's going to take a terrible shot, but he is going to get the putback. That's the one good thing about his height. He can take terrible shots like that and just get his own rebound. Ja's going to take a contested mid-range. It's going to roll out. You're going to give it down low to Victor, who's going to take a fadeaway. That was not that smart of a shot. Ja's going to try to drive again. I thought he was going to dunk on him. He's going to take a terrible layup. And Brandon Clark's going to give it to Victor, who's going to drive and throw a turnover. Why did he pass that? Now he's going to try to drive, take a terrible shot. He misses it. The Spurs are going to get the board, and they're playing the foul game. That's going to be the game. And the Spurs ended up winning the game by 6 points to tie the series up at 2. Game number 5, the Spurs got all the momentum, so they just need to take this and not get upset by a team that came out of the play-in. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They had a crazy second half, and even though the Nuggets were up by 1 at halftime, the Spurs won the game by 24 points. In game number 6, the Nuggets did not want to go home. They had 3 people score 20 plus, and they won the game by 23. On to game number 7. This determines if Victor gets another pick from the board, and it looks like he will, as the Spurs had a really good 2nd and 4th quarter and won the game by 17 points because Victor had 37, Nevsky had 26, and Toscano had 26. So on the board, we're going to go with number 26 and get +3 shooting badge upgrades again. So now for Victor, we're going to use 1 to put Agent 3 up to silver, another one to max out Deadeye at Hall of Fame, and then another one to give him Green Machine bronze. And that puts him up to a 97 overall. And now we got to go up against the Grizzlies, who don't have a great point guard, but at every other position, they look like a pretty good team. In game number 5, the Spurs went absolutely crazy and won the game by 45 points to win the series in 5 games. So we're going to go ahead and get another pick from the board, and we're going to go with number 33 and get +5 to Victor's dish to open man tendency, and maybe his assists can go up and he can go back to getting MVPs after this. We really got to go up against this Thunder team again. They beat the Spurs in 5 games last season, but this time around they were no problem for the new and improved Spurs, as it took 6 games for the Spurs to win and advance to the NBA Finals for the first time in 15 years. Yeah, we're in 2029 already. So we made the finals to go up against Zion and the Wizards, and it looks like he also has a pretty good team around him. They were the 5 seed, so I do feel pretty confident. But before we get into this series, let's pick again from the board. Let's go with number 8, and we're gonna get +5 to Victor's block tendency. Wow, his block tendency is already 99, so I guess it's going up to 100. In game 1, the Spurs were down by 3 with a minute left, and they needed a stop here badly. Okay, wait. I don't know what Zion was doing right there. They're gonna give it to Bobby Portis, who's gonna get an easy layup. And if the Spurs don't score here, that might be the game. Nevsky's gonna go ahead and give it to Victor, who's gonna get double teamed and still take the fade and drill it over Devin Vassell. Let's see if the Spurs can get a stop here. Zion's trying to drive in. He's gonna take the layup and get fouled. Nevsky's gonna go ahead and use the screen from Herb Jones and go ahead and pass it to Wemby for 3. And he's gonna hit the corner 3, and now the Wizards are only up by 2 with 24 seconds left. Tyus Jones went ahead and hit both free throws, so now the Spurs are down by 4. If they could get another 3, that would be great. Wemby's gonna pull another corner 3 and hit it. Oh my gosh, he's clutch. Tyus Jones' second free throw, pick is a miss. He made the first one, missed the second. So now the Spurs can go for a 2 or a 3. 14 seconds left. Nevsky's going to go ahead and give it to Victor, who's going to pull a contested mid-range, but Zion is too short. So Victor's going to go ahead and tie the game up with 10 seconds. Victor versus Zion right here, 6 seconds. Zion's going to get past him and make the layup with 2.9 to go. The Spurs don't have any timeouts, so Victor's going to go ahead and chuck a full court shot and miss it. Zion really just did that. Wemby got +5 to his block and his block tendency for nothing. And in game number 2, the Spurs ended up having a really good third quarter, which helped them to win the game by 7. While the Spurs had a terrible first half, they were down 18 at halftime, but with 1:47 to go, they're down by 3 points. And he misses the second free throw after making the first. And Nevsky's going to pull up for a 3 in transition and miss it. They're going to go ahead and give it to Zion down low with Victor on him. Zion's going to take a fade and miss. Thank goodness. Victor's going to pull a 3 over Zion and hit it. And he has 18 this quarter. He's going crazy. They're going to give it back to Zion down low. I really hope he takes a shot. He is going to. He's going to miss it, and Victor gets the board. Victor's going to do a drop step. Is he going to take the shot? Yes, he is. And 1 over Zion. And his free throw is up. And it is good. So the Spurs now have a 2-point lead with 38 seconds. If they can win this game, that makes up for game 1. Why is Victor jumping? Why are you jumping? You're 7'4", 7'5", and Zion is like 6'6". Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Victor can't get past Zion? Come on, Victor, get past him. He's going to take a layup over him and just make it. Thank you. They're going to dribble it out, wait for the last shot. I wonder if they're going to give it to Zion. They are. Zion's going to take a fade. Victor doesn't block it, and Zion makes it to tie the game up with 4 seconds to go. And Victor's going to have to go ahead and take a full court shot again. And it almost goes in, it hits back rim, and we're going into overtime. And now in overtime with 1.5 minutes left, the Spurs have a 2-point lead. Victor's gonna get doubled, give it to Toscano for the mid-range, and he's gonna drill it. Zion's gonna go ahead, try to drive by, get doubled, give it to Tyus Jones, wide open for 3, and he barely misses it. Nevsky's gonna go ahead and give it to Victor, who's gonna post up Zion once again, take a fade, that's wide open, and he drills it. I think that's game. The Spurs are up 6 with 40 seconds to go. And they end up winning the game by 8 points. Game number 4 was not in the Spurs' favor. They won the first quarter by 2, but they lost every other quarter and lost the game by 13 points. Game number 5, the Spurs started to make a comeback, but it was too late. And the Spurs had a terrible second quarter that made it look like they were out of the game. They were down 19 at halftime, but now it's a 3-point game with 1:43 to go. Victor's gonna get a wide open midi and make it. I thought that was gonna miss, not gonna lie, when it was shaking around the rim. Tyus Jones is gonna give it to Zion down low. He's gonna take a fade. That's not a great shot, but he's gonna drill it. Joseph is, I don't know what he's doing. Victor takes a terrible shot, but Joseph is gonna get the putback. I don't know why Victor's on Devin Vassell, but the Spurs are gonna get the steal, so they are gonna get another chance. Okay, Victor. Okay, Victor. He's going to pull a 3. He misses, and Joseph does not get the rebound. And of course, Victor's former teammate in France is the one that wins the Finals MVP. And in Victor's first Finals appearance, he gets upset by a 5-seeded Wizard team after being the 2 seed. On to season number 7 now. Victor still doesn't have a ring, and honestly, it looks like the team is just getting worse and worse. But he's about to get better, as we're going to pick from the upgrade board. We're going to go with number 13. And get +3 to his defensive and rebounding badges. And honestly, we're just going to give him Clamps Gold. He's on the perimeter a lot because he's a power forward, so that should help him a good bit. And in the past 3 seasons, Victor's been an all-star starter, but in his 7th season and 6th all-star appearance, he is an all-star captain. And for the 2nd season in a row, Victor's not going to win any awards, but just like last season, he's on the All-NBA first team and All-Defensive second team. And the Spurs had the same record as last year with 54 wins, but instead of being the 2nd seed, they're now the 3rd seed. And I don't get how this team is the 6th seed. They have Jokic, Julius Randle, Trae Young, and 87 overall Bryce Sensabaugh. But we are going to go ahead and beat them in 5 games. So on the board, let's go with number 5, and we're going to get +3 to Victor's finishing badges. And we're going to put Back Down Punisher on gold because honestly, there have been some people like Zion that are way shorter than him, and he has not been able to back down that well. And I guess this explains why the team is decent now. Yeah, we traded away MPJ for Brunson. I think that's a pretty good trade. In round number 2, we're going up against the Mavericks, who have Shea, DeAndre Ayton, and 92 overall Kobe Buffkin. And unfortunately, the Spurs are going to lose in 6 games. On to season number 8. Let's pick from the board again. Let's go with number 100. And we're going to get +5 to his 3-pointer, but his 3-pointer is already a 99, so we're going to get another pick. Let's go with number 57 and get +5 to his shot tendency. And his shot tendency was a 99, so now it's just going to move up to 100. Another season of no accolades for Victor. He's got to step it up if he wants to become the GOAT. And Victor's going to be on the All-NBA first team again, and he's finally back to the All-Defensive first team. And the Spurs ended up having a worse record than last year, as they have 52 wins and not 54. But last year they were the 3 seed, and this year they're the 2 seed. They're going up against the Nuggets in the first round again, and they just lost to a play-in team. A play-in team that just won the NBA Finals. What? On to season number 9. We're going to pick number 9 on the upgrade board for this season and get +5 to Victor's mid-range. So his mid-range is going to go from a 93 to a 98. And this season, he just hit 98 overall, so he's tied with Shea and Evan Mobley for the best player in the league. And after 3 years of not winning a single award, Victor finally wins his 3rd MVP, averaging 29 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2.5 blocks. And once again, he's back on the all-defensive first team. And for the first time in the Victor Wembanyama era, the Spurs are the first seed with 56 wins. And in the first round, they're going up against the Warriors, who don't have Curry anymore at this point, but they have Jaden Ivey and Scotty Barnes. And they're going to go ahead and beat that team in 5 games, so we're going to pick from the upgrade board again. Let's go with number 23. And we're going to get +5 to all of Victor's physicals. And I just realized he's a 99 overall, so he's the sole best player in the league now. And he's already pretty fast with 81 speed, but the +5 is going to get him to 86 speed, which is crazy for somebody who's 7'5". And in the second round, the Spurs are going to go ahead and beat the Thunder in 6 games. So we're going to go ahead and pick number 6 on the board and get +5 to Victor's post fade. And that's going to put his post fade from a 93 to a 98. And now we're going up against the 2nd seed Rockets, who had the same record as us. We just had the tiebreaker. And they have a well-rounded team. They have DeAndre Ayton, who was on, I think, the Mavericks before. Luka was on the Heat before, and they still have Jalen Green and Tari Eason, and they picked up Max Christie. This looks like a pretty good team. Honestly, they look better than us, I'm not gonna lie, but we end up beating them in 6 games to go up against the 1-seeded Pistons in the finals. Oh, they have Cade, and they have Marty McLeod. Marty McLeod left the Thunder to go to the Pistons. That explains why the Thunder aren't as good anymore. This team's gonna be tough to beat, and even though Victor went off in the series, his dominance wasn't enough, as Marty McLeod would beat him in another playoff series, bringing his finals record to 0-2. So now Victor is 0-2 in the finals. We're gonna help him out with another upgrade. We're gonna go with number 42, and yeah, we already maxed out his block tendency to 100, so we're gonna pick again. Let's just go with number 43, and I think his mid-range is also maxed, and it's not. He actually has a 98 mid-range, so we're gonna go ahead and max that out and hopefully make it to the finals again. He needs to get a ring because we're already in season 10, and Victor's gonna go ahead and get his 4th MVP, winning back-to-back, averaging 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks, and he's gonna win his 3rd defensive player of the year overall, his first one since season number 4. And the Spurs are gonna finish as the 3 seed with 52 wins. In the first round, they're gonna go ahead and gentleman sweep the Thunder. We're gonna go with pick number 50 on the board, and his post fade is already maxed, so we're gonna go pick again. We're gonna go with number 21. His mid-range is already maxed. We're gonna go with 22, and that's gonna upgrade his interior defense from a 90 to a 95. Round number 2, we get a rematch against the Kings, and they were just up 3-1 on the Spurs, and they ended up forcing a game 7. The game was back and forth in the first quarter, and the Spurs ended up not losing any quarters as they complete their second 3-1 comeback of the video. So we're going with number 4 on the board and getting another +5 to Victor's dish to open man tendency. Okay, this 1-seed Mavericks team is stacked. And we're up 3-0 against them. Okay, they win game 4 by 39, they win game 5 by 11, and they win game 6 by 12. So we were just up 3-0. If we blow a 3-0 lead, I know they're the 1 seed and they're really good, and yeah, this looks really bad. The Spurs had a good second quarter, and they're gonna end up tying the game up with 2 minutes left. Okay, Williams, is that Mark Williams? He's gonna make the free throw. The Mavericks also have Donovan Mitchell coming off their bench. He's gonna end up using the screen, pull up 3, and drill it to give the Mavs a 2-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Jalen Brunson in a Spurs jersey looks so weird to me. It just does not look right. I'm just so used to him being on blue teams, and Victor's gonna pull a 3 and drill it over whoever this is. We got so many creative players in the league at this point. Brandon Miller's gonna try to drive. It looks like he's not getting a shot off. He's gonna get a mid-range, but take a terrible shot. This should be an easy shot. He is getting double teamed. He loses the ball, gets it back, and makes the layup to put the Spurs up by 3 with about a minute and a half to go. Jalen Brunson's gonna give it to Victor, who's gonna take a midi. He's just drilling all his middies. Brandon Miller's gonna go ahead, use the screen, and take a dunk, so now it's back to a 2-point game. Jalen Brunson's gonna use the screen, probably give it to Victor. Yeah, they run the same play every time. He's gonna pull another midi, bro. Victor is lethal. He is clutch. He's hitting all the middies. Brandon Miller's gonna drive by again, hop step. Victor's gonna get the block, and he contests the second shot that just misses, and the Spurs only end up winning by 2. That's a little bit scary, not gonna lie, but they did not let the Mavericks complete the 3-0 comeback. So now the Spurs get a rematch in the finals against the Pistons, but before we do that, we're gonna pick again from the upgrade board. Let's go with number 29, and we're gonna get +5 to Victor's passing. His pass vision and IQ are already high. His pass accuracy is not low, but it's not great. That's going up to 75, and his IQ and vision are going up to 93 each. Okay, the series is tied at 1, and just like that, we are down 3-1, and we lose once again. Victor's finals record is really 0-3 right now. Before season number 11, we're going to pick from the board again. Let's go with number 11, and we're going to get +5 to Victor's defensive rebound. So that's going to go from a 95 all the way up to a 99. And in season number 11, Victor's not going to win any awards, but he is on the All-NBA first team and the All-Defensive first team. Once again, the Spurs are the 1 seed, tied with the Rockets. And in the first round, we're going to be going up against the Pelicans, who look like a decent team, but they are coming from the play-in. And Jabari Smith is the highest overall on the team, but he's coming off the bench. Yeah, Jabari Jabari Smith is a 95, but he's coming off the bench for Dana Jamison. Why? He's literally a top 10 player in the league. And somehow the play-in teams just keep doing this to us. We're down 0-2 to the Pelicans. We're down 0-3 to the Pelicans. I just simulated that by accident. We just came back from being down 0-3. What? I'm not complaining though. We get another upgrade. We're gonna go with number 38 and get +5 to Victor's shot tendency. I think that's maxed already. Okay, so we did max it out at 100. It went back down to 99. We're just gonna spin again since it was maxed before. We're gonna go with number 46 and get +5 to his offensive rebound. I want to say that's also maxed. So it says 99, but it's actually at a 98. It's just 99 with the morale boost. So we're going to boost that up to a 99. And in the second round, we play the Warriors again, and we're down 0-3 again. And we just got gentlemen swept by a 4 seed. Okay, season number 12. We are going to go with number 12 and get +5 to Victor's perimeter defense. And that's going to go up from an 84 to an 89. Once again, no awards for Victor in season number 12, but he still gets all NBA first team and all defensive first team. And the Spurs were the 1 seed, racking up 54 wins. And we lost in 5. I don't know what's going on with these play-in teams. Okay, season number 13. Let's go with number 68 and get +5 to Victor's interior defense, which is not maxed, but it's going up to a 99 now. No awards for Victor again, but he's still on first team and first team all defense. And this might be the year because this is the first season the Spurs have had 60 wins and they're the first seed. Then again, they've lost to play-in teams like 2 or 3 times now. Hey, they made it to the second round. So on the upgrade board, we're going to go with number 28, and I think his post fade is already maxed. It is, so we're going to go with number 20. Get +5 to his driving dunk, which is going to go from a 94 to a 99. Round number 2, we're going up against the Lakers, and we win in 7 games, so for another upgrade, we're going to go with number 52 and get 3 more finishing badge upgrades for Victor. Since he has a 99 driving dunk, I'm going to go ahead and put Posterizer on Hall of Fame, and then for the last badge point, I'm going to put Limitless Takeoff to silver. And we got a game 7. I really hope we can win this because Victor needs his first ring. We're in season number 13, and he's 0-3 in the finals. Like, he's made it there, but okay, it looks like they're going to win this game. Yeah, the Spurs got this one in the bag. And now we got to play the Celtics. They have Anthony Black, who won Defensive Player of the Year this year. He won MVP last year with a different team. And they have Taylor Hendricks, who was on our team at one point. We faced him in the playoffs once or twice. This is a good team, but I think we can win. We win game 1 by 3. We win game 2 by 1. These have been close games. We win game 3 by 3. And game 4 goes to the Spurs. Victor wins his first ring at 32 years old, which is kind of crazy, but it makes sense. That was the Spurs' first 60-win season in this video. We're going to do the one for the finals. Let's go with number 30, and we're gonna get +5 to his block tendency, which I know is 100. So instead, let's go number 47 and get +5 to all his physicals. There we go, all his physicals up 5. And while we're here, let's go ahead and do the upgrade for the beginning of the season. Let's go with number 66 and get +3 finishing badge upgrades again. And we're gonna go ahead and put Back Down Punisher back to gold now that he has 79 strength. Hopefully it stays. And in season number 14, Victor's gonna go ahead and win his 5th MVP, averaging 30 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks. And he's gonna go ahead and win his 4th Defensive Player of the Year award. And the Spurs were the 2 seed with 57 wins, and they were 1 game behind the 1 seed. Let's see if they can beat a play-in team. Okay, they got out of the first round against the Trailblazers, so we're gonna get a pick from the board. Let's go with number 32 and get +5 to his perimeter defense, which is going to move it from a 93 to a 98. Now in round 2, we got this Thunder team who now have All-Star Thompson and Keegan Murray, and we're going to go ahead and gentleman sweep them. So let's get another upgrade. Let's go with number 16, get +5 to his standing dunk, which is already a 99. So let's just go with number 17. And get +3 defensive and rebounding badges. We're going to go ahead and max out Rebound Chaser at Hall of Fame, and then we're going to go ahead and put Clamps to Hall of Fame. The Spurs have to go up against John Morant and Amen Thompson, and they're going to win in 6 games, so for the next upgrade, we're going to go with number 90, and we're going to get +5 to his mid-range. I know it's already maxed. Let's go with number 71, +5 to driving dunk. That's already maxed too. Oh, never mind. His dunk is not maxed. It's a 98. It's a 99 with the attribute boost, so now it's actually a 99. And we're going up against the Celtics again. It looks like they have a pretty similar team. We beat them last year, and it looks like we're going to beat them this year in 6 games as Victor gets back-to-back finals MVPs. He got to start picking it up, though, if he wants to be in the GOAT conversation. It's still possible. Now at the beginning of season number 15, we're going to go with number 15 on the board, get +5 to all his physicals. Now he has 92 speed, 88 acceleration, 84 strength, 92 vertical, and 99 stamina. It's kind of crazy how fast he is at 7'5". He's literally faster than this 6'1" point guard. And in season number 15, Victor's gonna go ahead and win back-to-back MVPs, his 6th total, as he averages 31 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2.5 blocks. And he's gonna win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year, his 5th overall. And the Spurs were the 3rd seed with 46 wins. They kind of took a step back. Last year they had 57. Okay, I thought they were gonna at least make it out of the first round and then lose to the 2 seed, but they're down 0-3 to the 6 seed. And they just got swept. Okay, season number 16. Let's pick from this row. We have not picked from this row once. Let's go with number 83 I know his standing dunk is max. Let's go with 82 and get +5 to his physicals again. I know Victor's already a demigod, but with these physicals, this is just insane for a 7'5" guy. And at 35 years old, Victor's gonna win back-to-back-to-back MVPs and break the record for the most MVPs of all time with 7. And he's gonna win his 6th Defensive Player of the Year, his 3rd one in a row. And I missed this, but last year he beat the record because the most all time is 4. And once again, the Spurs are back to the 1 seed with 57 wins. And let's see if we can get past the play-in team. And we're gonna get another pick on the board since we beat the Rockets. We're gonna go with number 19 and get +5 to Victor's passing attributes. That's gonna boost his pass accuracy to an 82 and then pass IQ from a 98 to a 99. Round 2, we're going up against the Blazers and we're gonna beat them in 5 as well. So for the next pick on the board, let's go with number 79 and we're gonna get +3 finishing badge upgrades, which we're gonna use to put back down Punisher on Hall of Fame. It keeps dropping, but now that his strength is higher, maybe it'll stay. I don't get this. How are we down 3-0 to the 6th seed? They haven't even lost a game this playoffs, and we just got gentlemen swept. They swept the Wizards in the finals. They literally lost 1 game all playoffs to us. Okay, before the start of season number 17, let's pick from the board and go with number 86 and get +5 to his block. And his block's at a 98, so we're gonna put it up to a 99. Okay, Victor's going crazy now. In season number 17, he just won his 4th MVP in a row and his 8th total, and he won his 4th Defensive Player of the Year in a row and his 7th total. And the Spurs finished as the 1 seed with 58 wins. They're gonna win in the first round in 6 games, so for our upgrade, we're gonna go with number 88, and we're gonna get +3 shooting badge upgrades. We're gonna go ahead and put blinders to Hall of Fame, catch and shoot to Hall of Fame, and then Deadeye to Hall of Fame. Round number 2, we go ahead and sweep the Thunder, so we're gonna go with number 67 on the board and get +5 to his defensive rebound. And that's already maxed, so for our other upgrade, let's go with number 54, +5 to defensive rebound again. Let's go to number 55 and get +5 to his passing attributes. So that's gonna put his pass accuracy up to an 87 now. We're gonna go ahead and sweep the Trailblazers. So for the next upgrade, let's go with number 77 and get +5 to Victor's perimeter defense, which puts it up from a 96 to a 99. And now in the finals, we're going up against the Celtics. I think both of our wins have been against the Celtics. We're gonna go ahead and lose game 1, which is kind of scary. We lose game 2, we win game 3, we win game 4 to tie the series up at 2, we lose game 5, and we're gonna lose game 6. On to season number 18. Let's get another upgrade. Let's go with number 40 and get +5 to Victor's touch tendency. And now he's got 100 touch tendency. And in season number 18, Victor's gonna win his 9th MVP and his 5th in a row. He's 37 years old and still averaging 32 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks per game. And he also won his 8th Defensive Player of the Year. And on top of that, the Spurs are the 1 seed. They finished with 60 wins, and the 2nd seed only had 47 wins. So they're 13 games ahead of the 2nd best team. They should easily make it to the finals. And they didn't easily make it. They had 2 game 7s, but they made it to the finals. I put his upgrades on him. There's just no point in showing them at this point in the video. And they're going up against the Raptors, who look all right, but they don't look like that good of a team. I lied. They just won 4-1. And his finals record is now 2-5. Okay, this guy just won his 10th MVP, 6th in a row, and 9th Defensive Player of the Year, 6th in a row. The Spurs are the 1 seed again, winning 56 games. And once again, they're gonna make it to the finals. They're playing the Wizards, who they played earlier, but this is a whole different team. And I think it's a worse team. And I was wrong. We just lost in 7. Season number 20, Victor's gonna go ahead and win his 11th MVP and his 10th Defensive Player of the Year award. The Spurs are once again the 1st seed with 53 wins, and we get a rematch of last year's finals, and we win in 7 games, so Victor's gonna get his 3rd ring and his 3rd finals MVP. On to season number 21. This is the 1st season since season number 9 where Victor's not a 99 overall. It doesn't matter though, as he wins his 8th MVP in a row and his 12th total, and his 11th total Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 29 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. And he's doing all of this at 40 years old. And the Spurs just went ahead and won 2 game 7s to make it to the NBA Finals. And Victor might be able to get ring number 4 at 40 years old. And in game 5, the Spurs are up 3-1. At this point, these are all like created players too. And this guy's gonna take a terrible mid-range. I don't really know anyone's last names either until they catch the ball, because it's literally just Victor and a bunch of created players. And Victor's gonna take a fadeaway and drill it to put the Spurs up by 3 with about a minute left. This Pacers guard is gonna drive by, take a mid-range, and Victor's gonna get the rebound. Victor's gonna try to dot up Stockton. He's gonna take a layup and it's gonna go in. I think that should be the game. And there it is. The Spurs are gonna win in 5 games as Victor gets his 4th ring and back-to-back finals MVPs. And it looks like after that finals MVP, he's gonna ride off into the sunset. His career high points in a game was 60. The most threes he's made in a game was 12. He had 28 rebounds in a game. He had 15 assists assists in a game. He won 12 MVPs, including the last 8 seasons he played, made 21 All-NBA teams. He had 19 first-team All-NBAs and 2 second-team All-NBAs, which means he made an All-NBA team every season of his career. He won 11 Defensive Player of the Year awards. He was a 20-time All-Star, so every season except his rookie season. He made the finals 10 times and won 4 rings. His career averages were 29 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 2.5 blocks, 54% from the field, 44% from 3, and 93% from the free throw line. He shattered the points record with almost 50,000 total points. First in 3-pointers with 6,200. That's crazy. Third in rebounds all time. To be this close to Bill Russell and Wilt is crazy. He was 40th in assists, which is pretty good considering he averaged around 5 assists per game for his career. He was first in blocks. He actually beat Hakeem's record. He was 45th in steals. He had the 3rd highest points per game of all time behind Wilt and Jordan. He had the 27th highest 3-point percentage of all time, which is really good for a big. He was number 9 in career free throw percentage. He was 23rd all time in rebounds per game. He was 10th all time in blocks per game. He was number 2 in 40-point games behind Wilt. Number 6 in 50-point games. 15th in triple-doubles. That's actually surprising that he's this high. There's his Rookie of the Year all the way back here. Let's count up his scoring titles. He had 1 here. There's a 2nd one. There's a 3rd one. And then he won his 4th scoring title in his last season. He had 3 rebound titles. Him and this guy Rod Rohr were just going back and forth. And he led the league in blocks a bunch of times. Let's count them up. There's 1 here. There's 2 here. There's 3 here. Then after that 3-peat, there's a 4th one here. A 5th one a couple of years later. A 6th one. A 7th one. An 8th one. And a 9th one to win 5 in a row. And then obviously he made the Hall of Fame and the Spurs retired his number 1. I think it's safe to say Victor Wembanyama is now the GOAT. If you guys want to see if Dylan Brooks can become the GOAT, click the video on the screen right now.